Hey guys, I'm an animation here with another video, and today I'll be talking about Emperor Belos. Who is he? Is he Phillip Wittebane? And I know on my Who's Scratch video I said these are only for beginning of show things, but unlike Scratch, Emperor Belos has more to talk about. Sorry, Scratch. Anyway, let's get straight to the video. So I took a picture of anything that would help me with information on Emperor Belos. But I have a few things I want to answer today, so I'm going to start with, is he Phillip Wittebane? So there's a few things that prove he would be and prove that he wouldn't be Phillip Wittebane. The first and most obvious thing that proves Emperor Belos probably isn't Phillip Wittebane is the fact that the year difference. I assume Phillip Wittebane is supposed to be the person that went missing in Gravesfield, and to my assumption, he left in the 1600s, by meaning my assumption that closed caption on the bottom left right there, and if that can't be Emperor Belos because it's 2020 or whatever year they want to be, it's at least like 2018, so, and also, I'm pretty sure it's 2021, but, and also the fact that Emperor Belos doesn't know how to make a door, but Phillip does. And also, you would think that Emperor Belos would even know about the journal and maybe use that, but I think he might actually know about it. Either way, I will get into that later in the video with Emperor Belos' history. But for now, that's kind of what I'm saying about him not being Phillip Wittebane. For him being Phillip Wittebane, these are kind of like not true evidence things, but like kind of. Like they both call it the human realm, which is kind of weird for someone who just gone there, like calling their home the human realm instead of home or something. I don't know. But that doesn't really prove anything. They're both curious about everything, but I don't know if that really says anything about them. There's a few more, but generally, that's it. I mean, they have a striking resemblance to prove that Phillip Wittebane probably is that guy in the newspaper. Him and one of the people in the newspaper have a striking resemblance. But besides that, there's not really anything to say about Phillip being Emperor Belos. And, so I don't think he is Emperor Belos, but I think he's a relative. Like, they both have, human genetics, and I just think maybe they're just relatives. Next, who is Emperor Belos and Phillip Wittebane? Like, the family, unity, what is the unity? Like, everything else. And so I will start with Phillip in the beginning of his story. So, starting with Phillip's journey, I think he and his brother were lured in by some witch who could have been maybe a not-so-fallen titan, maybe, or obviously not the titan, but, he changed his form or something, I don't know. It just, his hand looks like something, but, anyway, and so he and his brother went into the world, and I think Phillip maybe suffered some brain trauma on the way in, I guess. But he was very fascinated with the world around him. He wanted to get home, show everything to them, his family and all that. And so, but he really studied it. He and his brother, who, I don't think his brother, keep in mind, this is kind of fictional. I might have already said this a few seconds ago and forgot, but a lot of this is fictional, what I'm saying. And I don't even know if I believe it, just kind of like something I've created to kind of fill in part of the story that we truly will never find until it shows up. But I think his brother wasn't as fascinated with the world as he was, but he continued to study it with him. I think his brother was pretty nice due to the fact that, he has the bird on his side, which is why I think he might be a relative, because in this picture, he has a bird on his side, not Phillip, but his brother, and I think, kind of like Hunter's palisman, and Hunter is kind of, he doesn't do amazing things, but he mostly does it for the right reason, and I think his brother's probably pretty nice, and he helped Phillip with his studies, I guess, but it all hit a rough patch when they ran into Fool's Blood. I think they all got really hurt, including his brother, who died. So He continued to study for a little while, but he met someone and really wanted to remove any of that from his past, so he got rid of his books so he wouldn't remember it. Due to the brain trauma, he probably wouldn't. And so, but he still wanted to study everything, so he passed his stuff down to his children, including Emperor Belos. So I think I'm not going to talk about wild magic because I don't really know what's going on there, why they dislike wild magic, but maybe we'll figure out. Anyway, so Belos also enjoyed all this stuff, and he also. That was my phone. Yeah, okay, that happened. I should turn off my notifications. Anyway, so he also had the door. Phillip created a door at some point, I think. And so, Emperor Belos and the family had it, but I think Belos lost it. It was later found by maybe a few people, or maybe it stood there until Ida found it. But I think after he lost it at some point, it landed in Ida's hands. And he feels that it was his responsibility. He wants to return to the human realm, create unity, and destroy wild magic, and yeah. So that's actually why he became a crusader. Before, he was trying to get unity, and he ended up gaining influence by that. And he started gaining power and becoming who he was today, and really studying the door, trying to find one. He didn't have Titan's blood and all that. And yeah. Okay, a little bit more about the door, the reason he had the door when he was younger. I do want to say, so I think Phillip, in one of his messages, he says, "My journey to Eclipse Lake has been a success, yet a tragic failure." I think a lot of people he knew died, but I think he found Titan's blood, and that is why he had the door. But that's just a little thing. Anyway, so I want to get back to, that's kind of it on backstory in a way. Like, he wanted unity. I don't really have much about unity. He wants to go to the human realm and, unify, kind of like in the end of Star Wars Course of Evil and all that. I don't really have much to say about that because I don't know what to say about it. And I've said, what I think about Phillip. He came with his brother died, he found someone, he got rid of the journal, yada, yada, yada. But I want to say there's this one thing that I can't keep my eye off of, and I'm still very confused about. Well, a few things. First of all, he's trying to learn how the V, I forgot what their species is, number 5 or V, whatever you want to call her, how they drain magic and all of that. I still don't know much about that. I can't say anything about it because I don't know, but I definitely am interested by it. But down here in the bottom right corner, Grimwalker. You need Galder Stones, which he will soon have, I think. Actually, I don't know, because she didn't run off with any of them, I don't think. And it also has, Talisman Wood and Selkie Dombus Scales, like from the first episode. Bone of Wartet, which I don't, haven't heard of yet. And Stone Sleeper Lungs, which is what I think he was drinking or putting in his eyes in the first episode. So I don't know, like, it has like pink eyes. So I have a few possibilities. This is either Hunter. So it could be like he made Hunter with all this stuff, which is weird, but definitely a possibility. Could be that he's trying to make himself one, saying that he has all this stuff and he's normally intaking most of it, putting it inside his body, so, Or it could be he's trying to make something, and I think, like, the third episode with the king, his, like, guard thing, might be what a Grimwalker is. Again, I don't have much to say about that, but, just a possibility. I don't know much about Grimwalkers. So, yeah, that was it for this video. I know it was a little all over the place. Didn't actually answer that many questions. Just maybe arose some. And, I actually had a long script. I don't normally do script for videos, but I had a long script, and I threw that out the window and started talking. So, there goes like an hour. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you want to watch again. And I hope you have a happy Halloween. Goodbye.